All right, y'all, give us a minute here. Oh, we always have to get this thing set up. So frustrating.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
All right, so Homestead McGregor has been in and out getting ice cream and putting candy corn on top for me.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's getting something to eat except us.
We've got Joanne and Ronald and Steel Horses
Hey, Rain.
and Rain. Okay, Anita, Edward, Brenda, Christine, T. Teresa.
Hello, Daniel.
I think she meant hello. Mud Pie Girl, Zena, Linda, Bandana
Right.
Grandma. Okay, Bandana Grandma. Hi. Orphan Lady and Wee Tree. Wee Tree has been sick, but she's back.
She's back. Hello there, Duckhead.
YouTubers, Tams, Duckhead, Rita,
Sharon.
William. Okay, now y'all getting too fast.
All right, this thing's starting to spin faster than I can read. Okay.
It's making us drunk.
Okay, I can't go that fast. So just hello to everybody. Oh.
Oh, now Grandma's eating a banana sandwich. Okay. Now I have. Okay, there. Okay.
It ain't right though.
Yeah, it's showing we have 3 watching, and I've read about 50 names off, so I don't know how many we're actually having. 75, Louis Tree says.
Okay, 75. All right.
Ours
We got to
just
bring the
shows
numbers up, y'all. 75 ain't gonna get it.
It's better than 3.
This is like an auction. We got to get the numbers up.
Oh, don't you go into auction mode. 87. Okay, it's going fast.
All right, it's moving up a little bit.
94. Good Lord.
Good Lord. Come on. We want 100 before I start talking.
He's auctioning off.
I'm going to auction myself off. I'm going to auction my talking off.
Okay, now
all right.
We're there.
102. All right, we can start now. Oh, 107. 1,067.
That's wrong. 1,067. Well, we jumped pretty quick.
Oh, that's what you call getting on up there. All right, here we go. Today's been one of them days Wanda's had one of our subs over here today because let me start it off this way. We went down to the cellar this past week.
Yeah.
Because we always like to keep an eye on everything that's going on in our cellar and with our produce and stuff like that. We got to looking at our potatoes, and when I started unboxing them, we noticed that we started having a...
Did you turn the sound down?
Just
in case. I didn't want y'all to get a feedback.
Okay, never mind. Let's just check the sound here. Did I turn that down? I thought I did not. Mute it.
Yeah, y'all going to get a feedback if he doesn't do that. Now, is that better?
Now, maybe that should be better. Anyway, we went down to the cellar to check on our produce down there, and when I started uncovering my potatoes, I noticed we had a pile of them that had begun to ruin. They were sprouting everywhere because it has been so hot here that our cellar has been staying around 80 degrees on the inside of it, between 75 and 80, which has caused our potatoes to start sprouting early this year. So Wanda and I had to go through all of our potatoes and pick out the ones that we thought wasn't going to make it, that were starting to sprout, and we brought them all up here in the house, and we had them piled up in the house. Wanda was freaking out because she's going to start canning all these potatoes.
It was probably about 2 5-gallon buckets.
2 5-gallon bucketfuls.
And I knew they needed to be done quick. And Melody, a friend of ours that we met through YouTube, she had told me a couple of weeks ago if I ever needed help to let her know she'd come help. So I talked to her, and she came today and spent all day with me. And she and I had a system going. And she peeled potatoes. Y'all, she may never come back to my house again because she's probably going to be canning potatoes in her sleep.
It's like being in the military. It's like pulling PT duty in the military.
KP,
like KP in the military.
Yeah, Grandma says she's having problems with hers too. And it's because, once we dug them and then we put them in that cellar and it got warm and it never has cooled off.
Yeah, it's still not cool here.
It's still hot. Y'all see what I mean?
You see what we're wearing? The heat index today was 92 here. So, and I looked at the extended forecast, and they have a heat index and the temperature around 86 to 90 for the next 6 days.
Wow.
So, So yeah, you're right. All things good. Pecan trees here are putting on new leaves too. I mean, that's how warm it is.
Everything.
Our pear trees have rebloomed. I have peach trees that are blooming. But anyway, getting back to the potatoes, her and Melody canned 21 quarts of potatoes today.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty awesome.
And they look good. They're really nice looking. So I think we're okay with that. We're going to have potatoes for a while, and we're going to do a video, but not a canning potatoes video. It's just going to be a good Melody was here to help me type video, and we'll put that up one day this week.
Yeah, we'll probably put that up, and they sent me out to the shop because
so we could fudge on some of the canning.
on some of the stuff. Yeah, because I'm such a, I don't know, I'm so OCD about everything. I guess I just left them to themselves.
Yeah, because if we didn't do something right, he was going to tell us. So we sent him out of the room, and we just canned and had fun. And so it was just a good time. And y'all, the way we met Melody was, I wanted to tell this story. She's probably not on here. She's probably with her feet propped up somewhere and her hands in some ice water or something to chill them.
Yeah.
But once we started YouTube, Melody contacted us through private message the first couple of 3 months that we were on. I don't remember how long ago exactly. And she asked, I mean, she was just commenting and talking to me. And we struck up a conversation. And she says, well, I'm in Wiggins, which is the town we live near. And she said, I was just glad to find somebody in the area. And she had just moved to Wiggins last year. And so we got to talking, and then she asked about churches in the area that she didn't have a church. And next thing I know, she's coming to church with us, and she has recently joined our church and has become a good friend. She's been out here 2 or 3 times, and very knowledgeable lady. She's got a lot of knowledge under her belt, so it's pretty cool to us to have somebody here in the area that can come and help every now and then. And she went home with some sweet potatoes and some figs, and she was pretty happy. So.
Yeah, we blessed her with some of the sweet potatoes out of our field for coming out and helping us here, because she made a comment that she had to run through town. She wanted to pick her up some sweet potatoes, and so she'd have some. And I snuck out and put her a big old bag of them in her car, and then Wanda gave her some figs and stuff like that. So we was able to be a blessing to her, and we liked that because she was a blessing to us. But yeah, they sent me to the shop, and because my doctor bills are so high now, we're having to start putting some stuff on Etsy so that we can start trying to generate a little bit of income to keep me out of jail, I suppose. But so they've had me out there.
You can tell them what you've been doing, because we're fixing to get into it.
Yeah, they had me out there cutting up fat pine lighters, getting it ready to sell in 1-pound bundles, and I think it took me all day to do 18 or 17 pounds. It took me all day with my neck and everything like it is. So I was out of their hair, but they enjoyed it a little bit.
Yeah, and so that brings us to the Etsy store. We have added some new things to the Etsy store just since it's getting toward Christmas.
Yeah.
And people are starting to have some cold weather. We had sold some of the fat pine lightered in the spring, well, early spring.
Yeah.
But it was starting to get warm weather, so a lot of people just didn't want to buy fat pine lighter, you know.
Yeah, going into the summer.
But now I think they can. Yeah, Wheat Tree's got the link to our Etsy store up if y'all want to look at it. And so I think I've added dishcloths. Oh, let me show you. I forgot, y'all.
Yeah, I was fixing to say, we have a way here to show y'all. If you'll just bear with us a minute, we'll show you some of the things we have on Etsy.
Gosh, I just forgot. So for now.
Yeah, there's the bundles of lightered that I've been working on all day. They'll be shipped out to whoever wants them, and you can get all the information on the Etsy store there.
But this is like, it smells so good. If y'all have never smelled fat pine lighter, it's almost worth ordering a bundle just to have in your house.
Just to have it to smell the house up.
Christmas, you know.
It's got a good pine scent to it. And it's real good for starting fires. I mean, that's what it's for. It's a good fire starter.
And if y'all really want to see a cute video go way back to when Danny had surgery. I started my own fire, and it's something, I don't remember the title of the video, but it's one of our way back videos, like March or something.
Yeah.
And it's Wanda starts her first fire or builds her first fire or something.
Like
and
that.
I use fat pine lighter. So I just wanted to show y'all that's what it looks like. It's in 1 pound things.
Next, Wanda has these dishcloths that she's been crochet, or do you call that crocheting? Or?
Yeah, it's crocheted.
Okay.
And they're in sets of 2. This is just 1 set, but there's like 4 or 5 sets on there right now. And I'm gradually working to make some, just because I was sent some dishcloths, and I love them, y'all. I've used those 4 that I got over and over and over the last month, and I just like them better than anything I've ever used.
Show them what you was doing today, the canned potatoes. Right here, come on down to your other one there.
Okay.
Okay, this is what her and Melody done today. This is where they were at, what they did, and that's what they look like. To me, they look like apples or pears. They did such a good job of pressure canning them that they didn't turn colors or nothing. I mean, they're actually beautiful.
Okay, and I'm going to have to, we're not on the chat right now, so I've got to get back to the chat. So
yeah, you can go back to the chat now.
Okay, we have no idea what y'all just said for the last couple of minutes.
Is that fat wood? Yes, B-Lady, that is what they call fat wood.
I saw somebody post something and I missed it. I can't, y'all, if I don't see it, y'all will have to come back.
We can take care of that, can't we?
So I don't remember.
Yay, Christmas shopping time, Deep South style. Okay.
Okay, he said do the show a jar. So I just showed y'all a jar. Old Alabama gardener, I showed you 21 jars. I don't know if we were buffering bad or not. Love to hear President Danny.
Can you put lemongrass on the store? Yeah, we can do that. We got tons of it.
Yeah, if y'all want lemongrass, yes, I will try to put some up this week. Just check back with it. I could probably go ahead. Well, I've got to have a picture. I'll go take some pictures and then I'll put it up.
Could you plant potatoes for a winter crop? No, you can't do it here for a winter crop. It won't work.
Well, we may try them in the greenhouse.
We might try some in the greenhouse, but we won't work in the field.
That stuff is
$10 a bunch in Georgia. Well, ours isn't quite that expensive. Well, it might be time you add shipping. I don't know.
Yeah, time you add shipping, it might be that.
Are you going to put your Star of David seed okra seeds on? I might put a little bit of them on there. I'm not sure if how many we'll have to sell. We're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, it'll be a limited amount because he's got to get them dry first.
Yeah.
Wait, right there. Go back. That's the one. Wanda. This is Simply Circus. If I Facebook, can you walk me through how you post a picture on live stream so we can do it on Wednesdays? Simply, if you will send me a private message on YouTube, you and I will do some Facebook back and forth, and just let me know what day you want to.
Old as Dirt said lemongrass would be great. Mine died out. Well, it could be because of the drought. Ours is looking kind of rough because of the drought. Can you talk us through how you did the potatoes and how long that you cooked them?
Well, Melody peeled all of them. She peeled all day. And then while she was peeling, I was washing and slicing, and I put them over in lemon water because I knew it was going to be a while before I got to the part of actually cooking. And we had to have enough before we did that. And that's why I put them in the lemon water. I sliced them up, and I had my pots going because it takes so long to heat everything up. I have a basket that I will sit down inside my pot of water. I put my potatoes in the basket, put them over in the boiling water for 5 minutes, take them out and put them in the jars hot and I have boiling water, not the water I put the potatoes in, but another boiler of water. That's a mouthful. And I poured fresh, clean, hot, boiling water over my potatoes. And I put a teaspoon of salt in there, capped them, and pressured them for 40 minutes. And we did that 3 times.
Okay, we're froze on our end here.
Okay, are we going to review this week's videos? Yes, we are. We're fixing to.
Now they say we have no sound, and that we need to refresh, or what do we do here?
Oh, they're telling.
Ours is froze.
Oh, I'm not sure. All right, Weetree, are we
Okay.
moving or no?
It's buffering completely. WeTree says no sound now. Play something. Sometimes it helps to back it up for a few seconds and.
Pull that straight up, all the way. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Are we back on?
Are we back on now? Okay, we got to check. Okay, we've got some internet issues here.
What's this? Stream resumed. Okay,
Okay.
it says it's coming back.
Okay.
We'll give y'all a second now. Is it coming back on or no? Because it says it keeps dropping.
Says it keeps dropping.
I'm not sure.
Well, that's what I'm looking at here too. We are connected. Everything's hardwired in. I'm not sure what all is going on.
Buffering bad, offline here.
Hang
Mud
on.
Pie says it's all good, and then now they're saying some are saying it's good.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back it up just a little bit and see if it'll catch back up with us.
Okay, now some of them are saying it's in and out, a lot of buffering. All right, yes, we
Okay.
got you now. Okay.
Okay.
I think it's just the internet, and y'all, we're fighting it every time, and I know everybody else is. We've seen other people are having issues too, and it's just kind of hard, little glitchy, but we're working on it.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna talk about the videos this week. Everybody wants to talk. I'm sure that's what y'all want.
Okay, talk about the title first.
Okay, tonight we want to focus on what we call focusing on the journey, because life, as y'all saw my video about the journey, to us, it's really not about the life that you do. It's not about the destination, really. It's let me just say this. Let me just back up and say this. The joy of this whole thing is not found in finishing what you do. That is not where the joy is at. The joy is not in finishing something. The joy.
No, you got it backwards.
No.
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 I got you. Never mind. He's got it. I'm reading it wrong, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Rain.
The joy comes the joy is in the journey itself. Everybody seems to have this thing in their mind about that the joy comes when you actually complete the task, and that's not actually true. I don't ever look at the end and think that the joy will be there. I think that the joy is during the journey. And that's what this video I made was about. It was about getting out and just taking time, enjoying the nature and the creation that God has given us, and walking through the woods and just taking and sitting down and having some quiet time, and then giving you a little bit about my perspective about how I look at life, because I don't look at life like a lot of people does. I don't really think that. Yes, Brenda, it is. It's the climb. That's right. It's the climb. It's getting there. That's exactly right, Roxanne. It's all about getting there. You know, and my perspective on life is a little bit different now than what most people's is. You know, I was caught up in the rat one time of wanting to make the big money and climb the corporate ladder and all that kind of stuff. But I quickly learned that that's not where I wanted to be in life. And like I told y'all, I didn't go on and get this big college education, which there's nothing wrong with getting a college education if that's what you want, and it'll take you where you want to be, then you know what? Get you a college education. But it's not what I wanted for my life. I didn't want to wait till the end of my life to try to live my journey. I wanted to live my journey through my whole life. So that's exactly what I did, and because I had that mentality, I was viewed as the black sheep of the family. I was thought to be somebody who was just off the wall, didn't know what they were doing, but yet, you know, I I got there just the same. So that's kind of a little bit about why I did the journey. And if you have any questions about it, I'd be more than happy to try to, try to answer them.
I think we're going in and out, but some people can hear us just fine and some aren't. Most folks have their eyes on the end, and then they forget to smell the roses along the way.
That's exactly
Bulldog,
right.
you're right.
That's right, Bulldog.
People don't see what's around them because they're focusing on an end product, and they don't stop and see everything that's going on around them. And
well, let me just say this. That's why I mentioned to y'all, out of 11 people that I hung around with growing up, only 3 of us are left. Those guys had their eyes on the end of the journey, and they never got to live their life. None of us are guaranteed one day, from another day. We're not guaranteed we have tomorrow. We're not guaranteed we have the next few minutes. So why wait till you get to the end to enjoy something? Enjoy it as you go.
Yeah, and if that means working, dealing with kids, whatever you're doing, enjoy your time at work, enjoy your time with your kids.
Yes.
If you like living in the country, find a way to live in the country. Why live in the city if you don't have to? Find the things that you like and try to enjoy them, because it's just too much. I've been there, Danny's been there, and we're going to start talking about some of our, I guess, the financial issue. Is that the way you say it?
Yeah, we'll be talking about some of the finances, about how we do things and why we do things.
Because we've been asked a lot about how we even make it from day to day, and we're going to back up, and Danny's going to kind of tell his financial background a little bit, and then I'm going to back up and tell my financial background, and then we're going to talk about what we've done since we met 3 years ago and how we have made it this far without holding a public job, and it can be done. It's not easy. It's not for everyone. And, we're not telling people to do what we did. We're just going to explain a little bit about how we came about. Yes. And maybe help some people.
Yeah, I believe you're right, Courtney. Nick did say it right. As I saw the same thing. There is no finish line in homesteading. If you're looking for that, you're going to be disappointed. And,
exactly.
And I guess because I had dreams and hopes and stuff like that, I was just a black sheep of the family, because everybody told me, said, you don't fit in, and I guess maybe I didn't. So that's okay.
And 2, Danny's owned 3 different places, and in each one of them, he had dreams, and he would reach that dream just about it and almost see the finished product, and then something in life would change and cause him to have to start over from scratch.
Yeah, let me put it to you this way. I lost everything I've owned 2 times in my life. And I've owned 3 homesteads. I didn't lose the homesteads now. I lost everything I owned twice in my life. I've owned and paid for 3 homesteads, and it going through circumstances in life, a lot of times you never know what is going to change in your life that will cause you to have to change where you're at. I was one of those people at a very young age, at 50, right around 50 years old. I lost my wife to death and cancer, and that's something that a lot of younger people don't have to experience. A lot of people get to live to be old together, and I never dreamed that would happen to me, but it's one of those paths in life that the Lord took me down that has made a different person out of me now. I see life a lot different than I did before then, and I pray that that Wanda and I will be able to spend the rest of our life together, but we never know.
I think Patrick is telling us, that Mr. Rain, that he wants to come live with us, and if I'm reading this right, and that Heidi can come dust him every now and then. Okay, y'all might have to explain that one.
Oh.
I think they're talking about he's going to collect dust around here, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
No, if you came here, Patrick, you'd have to work. I'm sorry. Danny would just have you in that shop going 90-0. I know the 2 of you.
Lawrence says, you're like Job from the Old Testament. I'll tell you what, I did question God about that. Believe me, when that happened to me, because when I lost my wife, I had to shut my construction company down. My health failed me. My heart went out. Everything in the world started happening to me, and I was doing some questioning. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I had some serious questions to God.
It says, how long did we know each other before we married? Well, Danny and I met kind of weird. We have what's called Danny and Wanda story. He told our story. It's way on back when we first started these videos back, I don't know, maybe March, April, February, somewhere.
Probably around February sometime.
But I had been by myself for nearly 5 years, and I was not really dating. I didn't like the dating scene. And I had decided, a friend had asked me about getting on Christian Mingle because I was not comfortable with most of the guys I knew and things like that. I didn't trust them. And she said I would never find anybody till I kind of broke out of my circle. And so I went on Christian Mingle, not expecting to find a husband. All I wanted to do was just somebody to talk to. And I was the typical, I don't need nobody. I like being by myself, I guess you would say. And when I went on Christian Mingle, he was on there for the same reason. I saw him the first time, his picture, and I messaged him, and then he messaged back that he was helping his mom and his dad, and I immediately turned that off because I didn't want a guy that was taking care of parents. And I thought, okay, I found an old guy that's taking care of his parents, and I was not interested. So for a couple of weeks, we didn't even speak again. And I decided to get off Christian Mingle. I was on there about 3 weeks, and I really did not like the way it was set up. You felt like you were picking out guys according to criteria, and it was not something I really liked. And so I kind of messaged 3 or 4 guys that I thought I might be interested in, or whatever you might say, and he was one of them. And then I just turned the thing off, and probably 2 or 3 days later, he called me and we started talking, and neither one of us was expecting anything, but God took it and ran with it. And I don't know, he just put both of us on there for that reason. I don't really say you ought to do Christian Mingle.
I don't tell anybody they should do it.
But his brother and his wife met the same way, which was really odd, a year before we did. So it's just, we met that way. So I can't say don't do it, but there are really some weird people out there. There are some success
stories out there. I was asked, do I think I'll ever be a pastor again? Let me put it to you like this. I don't think I will ever pastor a church. I think that what I do here on YouTube and with all God's children is we look at it like a missionary ministry from our home here, because we're able to reach more people than I ever would be able to in a church anywhere. So that has become our new ministry. We'll be reaching hopefully hundreds of thousands of people through the gospel, through all God's children. And let me just say this, that a lot of people on my porch time, which is what I'm going to next on what just happened, I've been asked a lot of questions. People are wanting specifics, they're wanting details, and some people are questioning me about when I told a couple of people to start watching Big Ag and stuff like that. If you're going to get the full story about everything that I know, you're going to have to be watching All God's Children, because a lot of it is biblical and a lot of it is just everyday life. Now, everyday life will come out on porch time. The biblical side of it will come out on All God's Children. And in order to get the full story, you're probably going to have to watch both of them, because I'm not going to bleed one over onto the other, I don't think. And I have a porch time coming up that's going to give y'all some specifics about what I think you need to be doing and about what I think is happening. That'll be out Tuesday. So,
B-Lay said we could set up a tent and have a revival and we'll all show up. Well, I was thinking I wanted to do some kind of something here and have people come, but I don't know how to do that kind of stuff yet. And we're not really set up. We don't have places for people to stay. People would have to stay in town and come visit out here. It would be just really tough to do yet right now. And Danny doesn't like heat. We can't do it during the heat. So at some point in time, we may decide to have limited meetings here, maybe. You know, a few people at a time, because I don't know how we'd do with a huge crowd all of a sudden showing up here.
Mud Pie Girl wants to know, do I find that I've reached more people on the other channel? Because yes, I do. I was going to tie it in with Deep South, but there's so many people that are just looking for just good Bible teaching, and if I do it on Deep South, I got to kind of blend it in with Deep South. So I just wanted to keep them separated from one another, and I kind of like that because it gives me an opportunity to just talk about just the Bible on the other one, and where I don't really have that freedom on here. Maybe one time a year on a weekend, everybody could camp. Yeah, that would be great. I mean,
if you like camping, we have enough room. We could park some campers and tents. I mean, you could park anywhere with tents.
Yeah.
Y'all are on your own with the animals. That's just,
yeah,
I'm just saying.
Only thing I can tell you is it's always hot here. It don't seem like it's ever going to get cold. I told one today we were splitting some lighter and getting some firewood stuff ready and all that. I told him, I said, I'm kind of like Noah. I'm doing this because I know it's the right thing to do. I just don't know if it's ever going to be cold. I believe one day it might, just like Noah believed it was going to rain one day. I believe that one day, it might get cold. Okay, the B lady, Danny, about EMPs. If your car generator is off, are they okay? We have the blocket pockets and have heard heavy duty aluminum foil around your cell phone and put in a box. If you're talking about Faraday cage and everything, it depends on the type of EMP. Let me tell y'all, EMPs have really been, if you go online and you Google EMPs, what you're getting is America's EMPs based in the 1960s. Technology has come so far now. North Korea and the Soviet Union have EMPs now that I'm not sure Faraday boxes are going to work against some of them. And let me give you a scenario that was actually given to me by a special force guy. I was told that if there was an EMP and you pull everything out, they're gonna do another one in about a week or two after it, because they know everybody's gonna pull all their stuff out and start reusing it again, and they're just gonna do another one and go ahead and burn them up, and then you'll have nothing actually. So don't count on a lot of this stuff.
Okay, we have a lot of people that are planning on coming if we have a tent revival. And Linda Smith says she plays a mean gospel piano, but it's hard to travel with one. We got you covered, Linda. I got one sitting right over there.
She's got a piano sitting right here.
You guys show up and we'll have revival. I promise you. I can see a YouTube revival. That would be awesome.
Yes, that's right, Rob. EMP would take out any cell tower, so you're exactly right.
And somebody, I'm laughing because I think it was Beth didn't know what skeeters were. It's mosquitoes.
It's mosquitoes here. I don't know why. The further north you go, the worse they get, because I have hunted up north, and them things will tote you off up there just as bad as they will down here.
Karina says that since listening to you, her life has changed for the better, and she can honestly say that she's happier than she's been in years. Thank you.
Thank you, Karina. That makes it worth it.
Yes.
I
think that's awesome.
We got B lady says they got some tambourines.
Wow.
Rain says she's got electric bass and a classical guitar.
What does Mr. Rain play? Just wanting to know.
Does he play anything besides the radio? Or does he get static on that?
Would EMP take out a ham radio?
Yes.
Okay. Mike wants to come too. Well, since is he our nephew? Jen and Mike are our niece and nephew. I'm assuming he'd have to come.
Yeah, he would have to. Yeah, we've adopted them.
Do EMPs affect
veggies
and etc.?
No, only electronic stuff.
Songbird has a piano, a guitar, accordion, harmonica, and a tambourine, which she can just play.
Wow, she's her own. She reminds you of one of them gypsy things. She used to go around where they had the thing on their foot and the thing on their back, and they could just do it all together. You know, and she might be one of them kind of people.
I gotta
just do
see
it all.
that. Songbird,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to bring it all. I'll keep the piano, but y'all can bring it.
It's funny that they say maybe the EMP will take out the mosquitoes. The United States military right now have electronic mosquitoes that they've actually turned loose in this country. Y'all may not know that or not. They're actually been turned loose in Florida. They're experimenting with them down there. They actually carry. They're supposed to go in and help annihilate a problem they got going on down there, and so yeah, they would take them out because they are electronic.
Okay, now Vintage Crystal says her hubby has a beautiful voice. He's a worship leader. Okay, now we got the worship leader. We're getting there.
All right, well, this thing's gonna be done before it's over with.
We're gonna have to set a date and just tell them to come on.
Heaven help us. EMPs will take out pacemakers. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I've already talked to the doctors about that. They told me yes, they would affect it.
Roxanne bringing the banners. Oh, well, y'all gotta wait. Now I guess I can tell this.
Oh, what is this? I don't know.
What I ordered you this week.
Oh yeah, you can go ahead and tell them.
Y'all gotta wait till his shofar comes. It won't be here till.
Won't be here till December. They're having to ship it by canoe from Israel, I reckon.
We don't know where it's coming from, but they gave us a month.
Yeah, we ordered a shofar from Israel, and they told us it would take it a month to get here. So I said, I guess they're gonna ship it across the ocean in a canoe or something. I don't know how they're doing it, but.
Yeah, we would have to have that because he's been wanting a shofar for ever since I met him. He has the tali.
Yeah, I have the talit. Yeah, I have talit. I have zitzites.
And no,
I've got the mezuzahs.
We are not messianic.
We're not messianic. I have been messianic. I was for years.
But that just has a special meaning to him.
Yeah.
And he has always wanted the shofar. He loves the sound of the shofar.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all coming for Christmas. Okay, we have a 2-week.
I can't promise you a white Christmas, though.
Yeah, not a white Christmas.
I can promise you a warm one.
Hot. Yeah, Christmas would probably be really good because we don't usually do very much during Christmas. We just have everything from just normal around Christmas.
Yeah, everything's just normal. We just normal people. We don't do a big Christmas thing or nothing like
Wayne's
that.
in the house. You guys, we managed to catch a little of Wayne's Homestead.
Yeah.
He was on earlier. He's on a Saturday night with us now. He comes on
right before Big Bear.
Right before Big Bear. And Big Bear had a big conglomeration while ago of people. You know, but we could outdo Big Bear. Now, he had about 10 or 12 people. If all of you guys are showing up to Deep South, we can top Big Bear's.
Yeah, we would title it Christmas with Deep South, Beth.
I saw Doc D said she's a mean party planner. Doc D, you may have to be planning a party.
I like Rob. He said they can't take out Danny and Wanda because they're protected by God's grace.
You guys are special. Y'all know that. But now I lost track of thought.
Tennessee Sue wants to know, can we teach Revelations? Well, we're going to be talking about Revelations a little bit. I've got the next All God's Children. I've got it wrote out and got everything lined out. I just got to get it videoed and get it uploaded.
Okay, where was I going?
Okay, Danny, that would not be good for Roy because he has a pacemaker and a defibrillator. Yep, my dad and mom both had pacemakers. My mom's already passed on and went with the Lord, but my dad still has his pacemaker and depends on it.
Mr. Rain, now I want you and Miss Rain to be here. He says, I'll come because somebody needs to be saved. I agree. Come on. I want to know, Mr. Rain, what instrument you play. If she told me that, I missed it. All right, that'd be great. I'm one of the closest, but I'll be in Houston, Texas, visiting during Christmas. That's Ginger Rose, yeah. Okay.
Okay, where are we at here?
I'm not.
Stovepipe maintenance. Let's talk about the stovepipe maintenance. We had a lot of people that was asking and telling us that we had a really nice and easy system set up. You know, I mean, Wanda could lean to the side just a little bit there. You can see our chimney in the background. I designed it this way because I had to. Where we live on the back side of the highest hill in our county, and we have a negative pressure here. And that negative pressure means that our chimney system has to be a certain way. If it's not, then the draft won't work in it. So according to the math I did with this pipe going up and turning out and then going up again, the draft was supposed to work, and it works beautiful. So, and it's really easy to clean out and really easy to maintain.
Yeah, and I mean, it didn't make a mess at all. And I'm sure it's going to be used at some point.
At some point this winter, we might get to use it again. We got to use it. What we do about 10 times last year, we used it.
Maybe.
Maybe. And sometimes we used it when we didn't even have to use it. We just wanted to see if we could do it.
Yeah, he would get up and he'd say the house is a little cold, and he would start a fire, and about 30, 45 minutes later, we're opening doors because it heated up really well.
Why did they take out the additional books in the Bible in the 1920s? It was actually in the 1800s.
A lot of them, the newer Bibles, by the 20s, it was all out.
Yeah, by the 20s, it was out in some of the newer Bibles, but it was actually taken out of the King James Version in the mid-1800s.
I think some of the Catholic Bible has some of them. From what I was told, the Catholic Bible still has some.
We're going to talk about that on All God's Children. I'll bring up some of those and give y'all some information on that.
Yeah. I don't even remember. Okay.
Zach says we love our wood stove, but it's been so warm lately. We're the same way, Zach. I love my wood heater.
He wants to use it so
I want to use
bad.
it so bad, and I want to cook on it again, but it's just too hot. I mean, it's in the high 80s.
He wanted to actually start it one morning this week. He says, "Can't I just start a fire?" And I said, "It's going to be 90 today. I don't think so."
Actually, if y'all could hear it, the air conditioner's running in the background of our house right now. I walked in the house today after they were canning. It was 83 degrees in the house, and I told her, I said, "We can't live stream tonight unless I cool this house down to at least 75 degrees.
Mr. Rain says he can play all instruments if I have the right stereo equipment.
I told you he was playing the radio. I told you.
If I was to sing, the Lord would strike us all down. I bet you could sing.
Look at that. Karina says, my stew is cooking in the wood stove right now. Oh,
no.
No, don't tease me.
Mine cooked in the crock pot today.
Yeah, but she's teasing us now. That's just not right.
Songbird says she wished she had the warm weather yet. I guess it must have done turned cold. Yeah, I think American Homestead's he's supposed to be back on tonight, Zach, right?
Yeah, I think Zach's been at Sukkot or Feast of Tabernacles, whichever one you want to call it, which I don't have any problem. I used to do it all the time. I think it's great. I think it's one of those things that God has given us that we can do and we should do if you want to do it. It's actually a very spiritual feeling thing to do. Wanda keeps trying to get me to get her and take her to them. I just haven't done it yet. We're going to get to it though.
Yeah, Zach did say he's back tonight. So sorry,
Good.
Zach, we kind of took your place last week. We didn't mean to. We were just watching the chat afterward, and everybody saying, "Where's Zach?" And so we kind of just went with it after you didn't show up. So we knew about where you were at.
Okay, I'm glad you're back tonight. I'm glad.
Yes.
Look forward to watching you tonight.
We were on about 2.5 hours last week,
week.
We were exhausted.
Yeah.
It was really, and I know where I was going with my thing a while ago. As a shout out tonight, I wanted to give 46 Degrees a shout out. We did do watch 46 Degrees earlier tonight. He's been having a lot of issues with his internet, as is a lot of us, but his was really, really bad. He had a better, I guess, setup tonight. He's gotten it in a little better. Is that what, I don't know how you would say that. And so if you guys, he's got a good sense of humor. And he's been working really, really hard to get to where he can live stream without a lot of trouble. And so maybe next Saturday night, if you guys would check out 46 Degrees North. He comes on about 3 hours before us, so about 5 o'clock. No.
Don't ask me.
Well, it'd be 5 o'clock our time.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're talking about our time, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 6 Eastern or something like that. I don't know. I can't keep up with all changing these things. But I do know 46 Degrees comes on about 3 people before us, put it that way. And y'all give him a chance. We'll go watch him because he's working really hard to get up and running and make it where he can put some kind of content out there and all. So he's doing pretty good tonight.
Yeah, B-Lady, I have seen what you're talking about Trump being the 45th president, having to tie in with Isaiah chapter 45. I have seen that. I usually don't say anything much about stuff like that because it gets involved with politics, and I personally don't think we have much of a choice this year, so I'm trying to stay out of that as much as possible and just see where God's going to go with it, because I'll be honest with you, I think God's hand's been lifted off this country, and I can explain why, and all God's children. I think it's just what I call finishing the race now. We've got some things that's going to be taking place. Now, do I think it's the end of the world? No. I don't think it's the end of the world. So I think there's some things that's probably going to happen.
You may wish it was the end of the world.
Yeah, before it's over with, we may wish it was the end of the world.
I think we're just going to have some really yuck going on before long.
Yeah, and I want to move on to our greenhouse now. We've been working on our greenhouse this past week. We've been trying to get it up and running. I don't know why, because it's 100 degrees here. I don't know why we think we need it right now, but we're trying. We're just we're thinking that maybe at some point it'll turn cold. And we'll need the greenhouse, and we won't have any plants in it. So that's why we decided to go ahead and put some in it, just in case it decided to turn cold.
Yes, and I'm hoping the heat doesn't kill our veggies.
I hope it doesn't kill all of our vegetables in it, because right now we don't have any way to really kill the heat down, and it's getting up to 100 degrees in there a lot of days. So we're just hoping that at some point this winter we're gonna need this thing. And
yeah, and we're hoping it'll cool off some, and at night it does. I mean, it does.
We get up in the morning and it's about 60 degrees in it, so I mean it is cooling off some.
Yeah. And we treat Zach does have a good channel on the Torah. It's Torah
for
something with a 2.
I can't. Zach, you got to help me out. I know you changed the name of it.
Something with Torah and 2.
Yeah.
Torah 2 or 2 Torah. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Yes,
I've watched it. I've watched the thing 100 times. That's crazy. I can't remember. I know he changed it to his name, I think.
It may say Zach Bauer or Zachary Bauer.
Zachary Bauer, I think, is how it
might be how it's listed now.
New to Torah, yes.
New to Torah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Zach.
Now everybody's got it now. After y'all are slow, yeah. We're seeing it slower. But yeah, he explains a lot.
He explains a lot. Does a real good job. I enjoy watching him. I go over there a lot of times and watch what he's doing, and I enjoy it. And I didn't know if he changed the name of it to Zachary Bauer, or if he still had New to Torah. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, because I was thinking we found it with his name, but it could be.
Greenhouse greens in one container. Yeah, we have collards and kale growing in one particular tub. This is experimental this year, y'all. This is our first year having this greenhouse. And in the deep south down here, we don't know how it's going to work out.
Yeah, everything about this greenhouse is going to be an experiment because, number one, we probably need fans in it. And we were supposed to be getting some fans, and we hadn't yet, so we're just waiting on that.
Yeah, we're waiting on that.
Fans would probably keep it a little bit cooler. And
Beth has got a good question. Beth says, what is the hardest thing about not having a public job? I can answer that in 2 words. The hardest thing about not having a public job. Think of 2 words that would really answer that. It's called no money.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I guess the hardest part is, it shouldn't be hard. It should be the easiest part.
It should be, yeah.
But the hardest part is just letting God lead you.
Living by faith.
Living by faith, because we all say we live by faith, but it's hard to let go of the money. It's hard to let go of the desires. It's hard to let go of visiting. keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah, you have to learn to let go of, because the Bible tells us to come out from among them and be separate. And that's what we try to do. We've tried to come out of society, and we've tried to be separate. We don't have any cell phones. We don't have internet. I mean, not internet. We don't have.
Well, they're saying, can we describe our monthly expenses? Up until a month or so ago, we had our power bill, our phone bill, which includes the internet,
Yeah.
and we had the power bill,
Truck insurance.
the truck insurance that comes every 3 months, and there was one more. Power bill and water. We don't have a water bill.
We don't have a water bill. We pay our power bill, our phone bill, our truck insurance, and we buy about $40 a month worth of gas to go in our truck.
And the chicken feed.
We have our
and a little bit of pig feed.
A little bit of chicken feed and a little bit of animal feed for our animals, which we don't spend that much on that.
And then we added about 3 or 4 months ago, we added a burial policy because neither one of us had that.
Yeah.
We added that little bit to it. And
taxes, property taxes. Yeah, we set aside
once a year.
Once a year, we'll set aside a little bit of money for property taxes. And I'll tell y'all, I never pay mine on time because I don't want them to get my money no faster than they have to. Because I make them wait for mine.
What else? I'm trying to think. My mind's going. We did last year when we started the internet. We paid up for a website.
Yeah, we paid for our website.
That'll come up once a year. We got a post office box that we pay every 6 months.
Yeah.
Little things like that, but it's basically we don't have any other bills. The house is paid for, the vehicles are paid for. We don't have a cell phone. We have a little track phone that all you can do is make a phone call if you're in a dire situation.
Yeah, you have to purchase minutes for it. Beth wants to know, how bad are the property taxes here? The property taxes here,
probably not as bad as
probably not as bad as a lot of y'all's are. We live in Mississippi. Everything in Mississippi is just cheap. So
yeah,
even the people.
Until you go to buy food.
Yeah, until you go to buy food here.
Yeah, the food bill is tough, Beth. That's probably one of the biggest things. If we did not raise what we eat, and if Danny and Debbie had not canned a lot of food before she passed away, then we wouldn't have made it. We would have had very little to eat. So we'll do some things on that.
We'll do some things on that. Y'all go ahead and be throwing up some prayer requests if you have them.
We hadn't talked about one thing. We're going to do a giveaway this week, and I'm just going to kind of briefly mention, not really tell you what we're giving away and all, but y'all be watching within the next week to week and a half doing a giveaway.
When we reach 10,000 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway. So. And
we want y'all to just be looking for that video coming up soon.
No, nobody want to answer Olive Sheep there. It says, do you make your own yarn to crochet with? No, we don't make it. No. She goes to Walmart and buys it.
I'm cheap. I don't know. Our sheep are hair sheep. I don't think they make.
They don't make wool. Our sheep don't make them. Okay, we got a few people here that has asked for us to, we want to continue to remember prayers for the Texas plow girl. She lost her husband here a week or so ago, and we want to, because, I know from experience of losing a spouse, it seems like after the 2-week mark passes, everybody seems to forget about you. And I don't want to forget about her. I want to be able for us to keep her in prayer and lift her up. I want to keep Empty Hammock in prayer. I want to keep Patera's husband, James, in our prayer because he's having some, issues with his heart. And Starry's been having a lot of problems with her shoulder and her arms, and she's been back and forth with the doctors and MRIs and stuff like that. She's trying to get a lot of stuff done before her insurance runs out.
And she did do her unveiling today. I haven't been able to see it yet because I've been so busy, but I'm going to watch Starry later on her unveiling. She did get her tooth and everything, and then Wheatree. Wheatree
is our moderator. Want to keep her in our prayers as she's recovering, and she's having to take care of her husband, plus being sick on top of that. So we really appreciate her.
Yes. And Wheatree is like, she's been doing a really good job with our chats and stuff, and she and I are chatting back and forth off and on. She does a good job moderating, and we want to just keep her in our prayers.
Yeah, y'all look at the names that's coming up and add them to your prayer list, because I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all something. The way my neck was bothering me a week ago, today I feel like a different man. My neck is actually not hurting real bad today, and I'm able to get out and do a few things. I have been to the doctor. I have had some blood work done. They are finding a few things wrong with me, but hopefully in the next week or so, we're going to be able to work through some of that stuff and be able to get it taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me go ahead and say our prayer, because I don't want to bleed over into Zach's time. If we have any time left over, then we will.
And at 9 o'clock, y'all go to An American Homestead with Zach.
Yeah. Father, we want to come to you tonight. We just want to lift your name up. We want to praise it. But Lord, more than that right now, we just want to ask that you forgive us of any sins in our life, Father, so that there'll be nothing that will hinder this prayer from reaching your very throne. And Father, we just beg and plead the protection of the blood of Calvary over the lives of everyone here tonight and over ourselves. And Father, we pray that you put a hedge about all of us and that you keep us safe inside this hedge, Lord, so that the wiles of the devil and his workers of iniquity cannot come into it and harm each and every one of us. And Lord, there's been so many requests go up, I'll never remember all of them. But Lord, I know that you're the great physician, that you hear and see all things, Lord. And Father, that you can look down and you can heal where you see healing necessary. And Lord, sometimes it was hard for me to understand one time, but sometimes healing is bringing someone home, Lord, to be with you. And that's how you heal some people. And Father, we just pray that if that happens, that you just grant grace to those who need it now. And Lord, I just want to thank you for each and every person that's come out tonight to watch us on this channel here. And Lord, they've been kind enough to be generous and sit here and listen to us. And Lord, they put up their requests for people to see and to be able to pray for them. And I'm going to ask, as I pray for them, that you would answer their requests, Lord, and help them to be able to meet their needs, whether they're spiritual, physical, financial, or emotional. Lord, whatever it is, I pray that you'll meet their need tonight now. And Lord, just continue to be with us as we finish out our week. And Lord, we just pray that we can find you in every way that we turn, and everything that our hands touch will be blessed now. We just ask these things in thy name. Amen.
And I saw one I wanted to mention. I think it was Miss Janie asked what a moderator is.
Yeah.
The people you see that have a little wrench by their name, Miss Janie, that means they are putting our contact information up. They're putting up things like thehomesteadnetwork.com. That's where all the live shows are. You can watch, go to that website and check out who's live. They also watch for ugly comments, and they have the right to ban somebody or take the comment down if it's a vulgar or ugly comment. So that is what a moderator is, and it's the people that you see by their name. They have the little wrench, so they're watching out for our well-being.
They have our back while we can't really do it fast enough. They have it.
Yes, because our chat runs so fast, and we can't take comments down that are ugly and talk to. It's hard enough to try and read while we're talking. So you guys go see Zach and enjoy, and let's see what Zach has to say tonight, and we'll see y'all next week.
That's right. Y'all have a blessed week, and I'm going to give y'all a little bit of extra time to get over to Zach so we don't bleed over on his time. Thank y'all for watching us tonight.